The abolitionist movement. Abolitionists were those people that campaigned to end slavery. There were abolitionists that were Northerners and Southerners, black and white, man and woman. They were united under one single cause, which was the emancipation or freeing of all slaves. On the left is an abolitionist poster that would have been hung in the areas where there was slavery and even in areas where there weren't, trying to get people to understand why slavery was wrong. And on the right is a picture of the cover of Uncle Tom's Cabin, which was written by Harriet Beecher Stowe. It was written to let everyone know of the horrors of slavery and how wrong slavery was. One group of abolitionists formed the American Anti-Slavery Society in the Free States. They went to meetings, handed out anti-slavery pamphlets, and signed petitions demanding that Congress end all federal support for slavery. Not all abolitionists were violent like John Brown. One famous abolitionist was a runaway slave from Maryland by the name of Harriet Tubman. Harriet returned south several times after her escape and helped her family and at least 200 other slaves reach freedom. She traveled on a secret network called the Underground Railroad. The Underground Railroad was not actually underground or a railroad. It was a secret network of safe houses where runaway slaves could stay hidden on their journey to freedom. Runaway slaves were called passengers, and their guides were called conductors. Harriet was a famous conductor on the Underground Railroad, but not all conductors were former slaves. There were also freeborn blacks, white abolitionists, and Native Americans that were conductors. In 1850, the Fugitive Slave Act was passed by Congress. It required that all escaped slaves were, upon capture, to be returned to their masters, and that even those in free states had to obey in this law. Helping runaway slaves was illegal and dangerous, so everything had to be done in secret. The coded message to the left was received by conductor William Steele in Philadelphia. It let him know that 6 escaped slaves, 4 adults and 2 children, were arriving. The word via signaled that they would not arrive on the regular train as authorities expected, but on the train from Reading. Steele was able to meet them at the right place to help them escape. On the right is a picture of a false-bottom wagon that was often used to smuggle slaves to safe houses. Abolitionists saw part of their goals reached in the middle of the Civil War when Lincoln delivered the Emancipation Proclamation. He declared that all slaves in the rebellious state shall be thenceforward, and forever free. Even though this declaration did not get the South to free the slaves, it was a bold step in the direction of actual emancipation.